and welcome back to Phenomena, the last episode of Season 4. This is the 10th episode of Season 4. I'm your host, Mimi Dibbs, and today we're going to be talking about lucid dreaming. Ooh, I don't think I've ever lucid dreamed, but I know it is a crazy phenomenon that a lot of people experience. I feel like it goes as far as like apps and stuff being like, oh, if you dream journal with us, like, you're guaranteed to lucid dream. And it's like, I don't know if I really want to lucid dream, to be honest. I haven't decided yet. I haven't really delved fully into it, which is why we made it a topic to close season 4 out with. So, yay. Without further ado, let's get into it. Dreams are one of the most fascinating phenomena we know. Nearly everyone experiences them, but no two people dream the same way. I don't like thinking about that, because I feel like I only know how I dream, and so I would assume other people also dream in similar fashions. But then it's also like the whole discussion of like, do we see the same color? Like, I know we both agree that the color red is whatever color you see as red and whatever color I see as red, but are those colors the same? Another mind bend episode. For some, dreams are fleeting memories that vanish after waking. That's me. I never remember a dream. Others have vivid recall, trapped in nightmares, living fantasies, or wandering through scenes that make no sense at all. Yeah, I feel like a lot of mine don't really make any sense, to be honest. I have never been conscious while dreaming. I've never lucid dreamed. And also, I rarely remember them. But if I do, I try to like write them down. And then sometimes though, I feel like I'll write it down and I'll be like, I'll remember what that meant. And then I look at my notes. I'm like, what is this even? What? Like, I feel like I need to do like a voice recording or something explaining what happened in the dream, because sometimes it's really funny. I want to relive it. Have you ever, okay, wait, also speaking of dreaming, love, have you ever been dreaming and then you wake up because your like alarm goes off or whatever and you're like, no, I need like 30 more minutes, whatever. And then you can go back into the same dream? I've done that before. If I'm like not awake for long enough in between, I usually can go right back in. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Is that kind of a form of lucid dreaming? And then there are a few who say they're not just watching their dreams unfold, they're controlling them, changing the story, the setting, even the physics of their dream worlds. This is giving Inception. Yeah, because like, isn't that kind of what happened in Inception? They would like go into a dream-like state, but it was also like going into another dimension, I guess? I don't know. This is very close to Mandela effect, actually. I just realized. That's why I said it's another mind bender. Tonight, we're stepping inside the strange, shimmering space between sleep and waking to explore the mysterious world of lucid dreaming. Yes, I love this. It is kind of the liminal space between sleeping and being awake, because you have the control of being awake. Do you get the benefits of being asleep? In that, like, I wonder if people that lucid dream, if you lucid dream, do you wake up tired? Because, like, you're not really letting your brain rest, I feel like. You're just kind of on all the time. And I feel like that's a lot. I'd rather just kind of be like, Jesus, take the wheel. You take it. I don't know what's happening. Brain, you got this. And then I'm just, like, along for the ride. Unless it's a nightmare. In which case, I hate those. But usually I feel like I wake up from them. But it's never, like, of my own accord. Really. I don't know. The only time I guess I've lucid dreamed is if I am having a nightmare and in it I'm like, stop, wake up. This is real. Other than that, I think I'm good. Quick pause for Phenomennouncement. Today, we're going to be talking about Crippling Drew Davis. He is awesome. He's the CEO of Crippling Hot Sauce. Look at that. I literally got it on TikTok Shop. It is awesome. I don't know why it's not. Hello. Oh. It wants to just focus on my face, I think. Truly. Whatever. I'll post a photo of it like right next to this, because for some reason it is not picking up on that. Yeah, we're going to post more bonus content of me and John trying this, because John likes hot sauce and I dabble in hot sauce. I wouldn't say I like it, but I don't not like it. I'm kind of indifferent towards it, but I have a feeling this is really going to kick my ass. Back to Drew. He is awesome. I found him on TikTok, or I saw one of his videos, and he's really cool. He literally started this company, Crippling Hot Sauce, right out of college, from my understanding. And on his little card, it says, meet the founder. This is the card that comes with when you order his products. It says, impossible is nothing. Hey there, I'm Drew. And yeah, I have cerebral palsy. And let me tell you, that's just a detail of my story, not the whole plot. Cerebral palsy affects over 764,000 people across the US. It's a condition that throws curveballs at every turn, making even the simplest of tasks feel like climbing Everest. But Here's the thing. I refuse to let CP define me. At Crippling Hot Sauce, we're all about rewriting the rules. Our mission, simple. We're here to show the world that dreams don't care about your limitations. You've got a goal, dive in and give it your all and watch the magic happen. I love it. And also they're like, everything about their branding is fantastic. There's like a serrano pepper, I would assume, or some sort of other really hot pepper in a wheelchair as like their logo. And he's just really funny. Go check out his stuff on TikTok and Instagram. It's just really like, and from my understanding, it says, fun fact, Crippling Hot Sauce started after I got a B- on a school project. I wanted to prove to myself and the world that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And I love that because spite is quite the motivator. So basically he had a business class and he came up with Crippling Hot Sauce and his teacher was like, yeah, it's like fine, but it's unrealistic. And he goes, I'll show you unrealistic. And then went out and did the damn thing. And now he has a freaking awesome hot sauce empire. And that's awesome. And I feel like that's really inspiring. So, yay, Drew! I reached out to him and like their business email to see about potentially getting a code for you guys so that you can get like a certain percentage off. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to send me a code. So I will follow up with the code in another episode. But I didn't want to hold off on any longer on shouting out Crippling Drew, Crippling_Drew on Instagram. I believe it's the same on TikTok. He's really funny. He's really awesome. And it honestly just goes to show that like, if you have a passion for a thing, you can totally make it happen. Like, it's fantastic. I love that. And if he can do it, like everyone can, you know, like there are so many things that I feel like people let themselves be held back by. And it's just like really awesome to see someone like tackle life and be like, no, I'm going to make this hot sauce and it's going to be funny and it's going to be awesome. And so, yeah. Yay, go check it out and buy his hot sauce and let me know what you think. If it's spicy, if it's not. I haven't decided yet. I haven't tried it yet, but I will. And I'll probably die because I have a feeling the super hot one is going to be really hot. I don't handle spice too well. But anyway, back to the lore. How people have understood dreams depends a lot on where and when you look in history. Across Asia, the great spiritual traditions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, have each explored the idea of becoming conscious within dreams for thousands of years. They didn't just observe it, they developed practices to cultivate it. Yeah. Again, back to the whole app that's like, oh, if you just like log what your dreams are about, you can lucid dream, guaranteed. I also wonder because like, the concept of reaching nirvana, like the ultimate awakened state, right? In Hinduism and Buddhism, I believe. Maybe it's in both or just one. I don't know. I should know that. But I feel like that also has a lot to do with like reaching an enlightened state. Cause like, I don't know, if you can lucid dream and control your dreams, it's like, you could do anything. Sky's the limit. Hinduism. The first written reference for lucid dreaming appears around the 6th century BCE in Upanishads, sacred Hindu texts that turn the focus of worship inward. They describe 4 states of being: waking, dreaming, dreamless sleep, and turiya, a transcendent state of divine consciousness. See? Yeah. In their view, dream creation mirrors divine creation. Just as God shapes the universe, you shape your dreams. Exploring them was seen as a path towards spiritual growth. Nice. But I feel like sometimes dreams don't like make all that much sense. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I'll look and be like, what does it mean if all my teeth are falling out in my dreams? And it's like, it means you're stressed. I'm like, well, okay, obviously. Like that, I feel like that makes sense. And then sometimes different things say that different symbols in dreaming mean different things. So like, how do you know who's right about it? I don't know. But I guess at the very least, the idea of keeping track of your dreams was seen as a path towards spiritual growth. Nice. Buddhism. Centuries later, Tibetan Buddhists described lucid dreaming in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, 8th century CE. Monks practiced wild, wake-induced lucid dreaming, entering dreams consciously through deep meditation. Yeah, okay, nice, cool. I feel like people that are super into meditating will say that they've also reached this like state of like dream like you go into a different dimension where your body isn't there, but your mind is there and you're able to kind of explore and like cultivate and control the things around you. These dream practices were designed to understand the nature of reality and move closer to enlightenment. Yeah, I could see that, right? Because it's like, isn't the body in a lot of these, the body's kind of seen as more of like I guess like a mind prison maybe, or just like a vessel through which your soul and your higher consciousness is experiencing the world. I don't know. It's interesting. But that's kind of the goal, right? Is to be like free the mind, or like let the mind reach this point of wake-induced lucid dreaming. Taoism. In 3rd century CE China, the Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi, I think, wrote the Inner Chapters, where he described a vivid dream of being a butterfly, free and weightless, and waking to wonder, was he a man dreaming of being a butterfly, or a butterfly dreaming of being a man? Okay, crazy that you mentioned this, because I literally just watched the movie Heretic. It was so good. I love Sophie Thatcher and any Sophie Thatcher films ever. Yeah, specifically Heretic is a really, really good movie. I highly recommend it. And in it, they talk about the inner chapters where the Taoist philosopher explored this idea of like, was he a man dreaming of being a butterfly, or was he a butterfly dreaming of being a man? Which one was the dream? It's great. That's crazy that I literally just heard about that and then you wrote it in here, Jodelle. What? Are we spiritually connected? Are we, I mean, I am clairvoyant. Obviously, we've already established that throughout multiple of Phenomena episodes. That's crazy. That's really crazy that comes up again. Isn't that wild? That's creepy. For Taoists, lucid dreaming revealed the continuous flow between all states of being, waking or asleep. Okay. Does that include the state of like, when you're kind of waking up a little bit and you're not fully awake and or like post-nap haze? Post-nap haze is a true thing. I suffer from post-nap haze. And you shouldn't be afraid to tell people you suffer from it. It's basically just the haze you feel after you take a nap and you're like, where am I? What time is it? Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? Is it the next day? Like, who knows? Who's to say? Time is a social construct, you know what I mean? Many indigenous cultures shared similar perspectives, treating dreams as a sacred realm of consciousness, a space for vision and guidance. Ooh, yeah, it's like, what are your dreams trying to tell you? Or when people say that they were visited in their dreams by like an ancestor, a loved one or something. I don't know. It is a very strange state of being and not being. But like, if you could tap your consciousness into that state, I don't know what happens. Lucid dreaming, I guess. In Western traditions, though, the focus shifted. Dreams became messages, divine prophecies, or warnings. Okay, interesting. So, whereas it used to be, or for a lot of different cultures, it's seen as this like sacred realm of consciousness. In Western traditions, it's more like they're the messages that you are supposed to take some sort of like idea from and manifest it into your physical state or your waking state. I don't know. It seems like if they're divine prophecies or warnings, then they're messages that you're supposed to like interpret and then utilize in your awake state, right? That's how I read it, at least. Aristotle noted lucid awareness in the 4th century BCE, observing that dreamers can sometimes recognize their dreaming. How did he observe that in 4th century BCE? What? He also theorized we wake up when digestion finishes. A bold claim, not his strongest STEM moment. Yeah, because what? I don't think, I mean, there's definitely obviously like at different points throughout your sleep cycle where you go through REM and then you go through like, you're not in REM and then you are in REM and then you're not. There's a lot of those, but that's funny. That'd be crazy if that was the case. I do know a lot of your digestion does happen when you're sleeping because there's nothing else that your body needs to like put energy toward besides digesting your food. So you do digest a lot when you sleep, but you definitely don't wake up when that's done. That's interesting. Oh, Aristotle. He was only a STEM when he wanted to be. Centuries later, St. Augustine wrote about lucid dreams as proof of life after death. That's an even bolder claim. He described a man who dreamed of speaking to an angel who asked, "Do you know where your body is?" The man replied, "Yes, it's in my bed. I'm dreaming." What was that? I think it was like a scary movie or something. Why am I like vaguely remembering a scary movie or something having to do with like if you say it, or was it an anime? Oh my gosh, now it's gonna bother me. But like the whole idea of if you let the people in your dream know that you know you're dreaming, then all of a sudden they turn really mean and they start like attacking you and stuff. Where is that from? It's probably an idea that's explored in a couple of different media, but like that's crazy because it's like if you become sentient, then the people in your dream get angry at you for becoming sentient because it's like you're not supposed to be. I don't know. That's great. Who makes the dream rules if not you? I don't know. By the Middle Ages, church scholars grew suspicious of dreams. Ooh, what? Why? What? Everyone does it. It's okay. Just like everybody poops, everybody dreams. So why are we suspicious of it? Thomas Aquinas warned they could be temptations from the devil. Oh, not the devil. During the Reformation, Martin Luther, not to be confused with Martin Luther King Jr., called dreams superfluous, claiming only those aligning with scripture held truth. Okay. Well, that's like shaming people for what they dream about. This is my understanding of dreams from like a purely STEM scientific perspective is that it is your brain trying to make sense of the different thoughts and visuals and whatnot that you've been exposed to. And sometimes it just like, and our brains really like stories. So sometimes it'll just like weave things into stories that don't make much sense, but are sometimes funny to like think back on. It's just that. So I don't know how, if they're temptations from the devil, like did people try not to dream? That sounds really stressful to just like either try not to sleep or try not to dream. That's too much pressure to put on people. That view lingered. For centuries, Western thought dismissed dream exploration as hearsay, witchcraft, or nonsense, while much of the rest of the world treated it as a bridge to deeper meaning. Interesting. I don't know where I sit within that spectrum because it's like, again, I understand that the idea of dreams and pros of having dreams is that, you know, you can make sense of the world around you and connect things you might not have thought to connect. I don't know, just like different things like that. But I feel like for me, I personally don't ever remember my dreams. So I don't really have one idea about it or another. Also, wait, I don't know how I forgot about this, but I just went and got my nails done by Gary. Oh my gosh, I really need to fix this. I'll also post a photo of it so that y'all can see because my blur thing is on. No, it's still trying to. Oh my God, look. Aren't they amazing? Yes. They're so cool. Gary's amazing. Definitely go check her out for any and all nail stuff. She did my nails today and they look so good. And I'm so happy with them. Thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate you. Glammed by Gary on Instagram. So I don't know where I kind of sit in that. And I think it's just because I personally haven't had like a deeper relationship with my dreams because I rarely remember them. But if I ever do, they're usually just like funny, or like if they're nightmares, they're like scary, but then they like go away. I don't really have any like recurring dream, except no, I do have one recurring anxiety dream. And that is that for some reason I signed up for a Spanish class in my dream, but then I forgot to go. And then I'm like about to graduate, but then I can't graduate because of this ass Spanish class that apparently I signed up for, but never showed up to. So I was just like, oh my God, can I just like take the final? I could probably just figure out how to like take the final and be fine. And the teacher was like, yeah, but you like didn't show up the whole time. And I was like, I didn't know where to go. I didn't even know what room it was in. And I just think it like brings back a lot of the anxiety from like when I was in high school and stuff and having to figure out like what room is it? What floor is it on? What building is it in? Like it's so much. So I think it's just an anxiety dream. But then I wake up, I'm like, I've been out of school for well over 10, 15 years now. So I think I'm good, actually. I think I'm good on that. We should make school a little less stressful so I stop having a recurring anxiety dream about it. Okay, thanks. Awesome. Let's get into the science, the theories, but Jodelle put the science, and I wonder why. But yeah, let's get into the theory / the science. Then came the machines. In the mid-20th century, new technology, EEGs, REM tracking, and sleep labs finally allowed scientists to peer into the dreaming brain. Yeah, I grind my teeth at night. I have severe degenerative arthritis in both TMJ joints, which is not fun at all. I feel like I definitely should do like a sleep lab thing so that they can track like how often I'm grinding my teeth, because it's really bad. It's really, really bad for my teeth, but I do it anyway all the time. Like every night, and I can't not do it because I'm not conscious while I do it. It's terrible. In the 1960s, researcher Celia Green, Celia Green, I love that name, formally defined lucid dreaming as a distinct state of consciousness and noticed its link to REM sleep and false awakenings, making her one of the earliest women to shape modern dream science. Okay, Celia Green, we love that. Yes, I love that. Yeah, because I feel like before this, it was like, dreams are for the witches. Dreaming is for the people that believe in horoscopes, and it's hearsay, and it's blah blah blah. But it's like, I'm glad that the science is finally being like, no, let's actually like maybe dig into this, because so many people experience it. So like, obviously it's something that is happening. So let's like look at the science behind what's going on from a neuron perspective within the brain waves. You know what I mean? In 1975, psychologist Keith Hearn conducted the first lucid dreaming experiment. Using eye movement signals, he proved that dreamers could communicate with the outside world. Wait, that's crazy. I didn't even consider that. So if you're lucid dreaming and you know you're lucid dreaming, but then someone in the like sleep lab is like, hey, do something with your eyes if you can hear us. And then they do it. But like, I wonder if in the dream, is it like an ominous voice coming from nowhere and everywhere all at once? I don't know. That's so crazy. A few years later, Stephen LaBerge at Stanford replicated the experiment. At Stanford? I don't know if the words Stanford and experiment go well together anymore, but okay. Here we go. Confirming that the eyes we move in dreams mirror our real-world eye movements. Yeah. That's why REM is called REM, rapid eye movement. Because like, it's when you're like, anywhere you're looking, ow, that kind of gave me a headache. Don't do that. Don't move your eyes with your eyes closed while awake. Whatever you're looking at is your eyes actually do move to that location, even if your eyelids are closed. If you look at someone in REM sleep, you'll see their eyes are moving quickly. Rapid eye movement. His subjects even blinked out Morse code signals while dreaming. That's wild. Were they actually dreaming then? That's crazy. When one dreamer was later asked why his eyes had darted back and forth 20 times, he said he'd been watching a game of table tennis. Okay, well, there you have it. What? He's just, okay, that's what he's dreaming about, table tennis? My boy, the world is so much bigger than table tennis. Why? Just go and play table tennis if you want to play. Maybe he was super into table tennis and then his brain just like brought that up again. I don't know. Today, neuroscientists continue to study lucid dreaming, tracking brainwave patterns, studying consciousness, and testing whether we might one day learn, heal, or even practice skills while we dream. That's crazy. I think that'd be cool, because then, you know, you could wake up and like be a master at something, or after like a few nights or after doing it a bunch. But I don't know, that like reminds me of, you know, when people say like, oh, if you like put your study notes under your pillow or whatever, you're gonna like learn the information. I don't think obviously that's true, but like if you actually did study a lot and then you go to sleep, I do wonder if like just even the act of doing that makes your brain be like, oh, now we need to think about what we studied about. So like in a way, it's almost like placebo. I don't know. That's interesting. But also it's like the whole idea of, I don't know, like practicing a new skill. Don't you need to like be able to do it physically in order to be good at it? I would think. Anyway, in closing, dreams have followed humanity for as long as we've had a night sky. Ooh, yeah. And then I wonder in like some places, since the sun doesn't even go down until like 11 p.m. or something, like, I don't know. Do they not dream for as long? Because do people usually only dream? No. You could sleep. I was just talking about naps. I take naps all the time. You can sleep whenever you want. It doesn't have to do with the night sky. But yes, I understand the poetic way of writing it. Across cultures and centuries, lucid dreaming has been seen as everything from divine revelation to neurological curiosity. Whether viewed through the eyes of monks or through the lens of science, lucid dreaming remains a mirror showing us the untapped frontier of our own minds. Yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. Dreaming's fun. And daydreaming. I just like the idea. Dreaming, if you really think about it, is just visualization, right? And I feel like the more you think about something, it's just giving your brain, while you rest, a way to understand and digest what your day was about, or like things that you've needed to spend more time thinking about. But that's like why when people are like, oh, sorry, it was spaced out, it's like, or like when you space out and you're daydreaming, I think it's just your brain processing information in a way that visualizes it for you. I don't know. I'm big on visualizing. Manifest it. Manifest that shit. Because if we can wake up inside our dreams, who's to say what we might discover once we do? Whoa. What? Wake up normally? Like, wake up like when you're awake? Like, woke? Woke is back. Mom Donnie. Mom Donnie won. Yay! Mamdani. The name is Mom Donnie. Mamdani. Oops. Mom Donnie. Love that. Love that he was elected. And I keep seeing all this stuff on Instagram that's like Woke is back. So yeah, but that's a good point. If we can manifest things inside of our dreams, if nothing else, I would imagine lucid dreaming would help with your ability to manifest your reality. Because if you can manifest whatever out of thin air in your dream state, then I would assume that would help you better visualize what that would look like in real life, to be able to create it in the physical realm. Cool. Great script. I love that. Thank you so much, Jadelle. That was awesome. I used to want to lucid dream. Like, I definitely looked up things being like, what to do if you want to lucid dream. And a lot of it was just like, keep a dream journal, be aware of when, like, basically every time you wake up, you write down. For the thing is, you write down the last dream you remembered. And from my understanding, you have a lot of different dreams throughout the night because you go through the REM cycles, in and out of REM cycles, I mean. So it's like, I don't know, you would only be trying to remember the last dream before you wake up. So it's not really all the dreams you've had throughout the night, because usually you have like more than one, my understanding at least. So I've never lucid dreamed. I'm not as big into trying to figure out how to do it as I like used to be, because I was like, oh, I want to fly. That's really the only reason I would want to lucid dream, is because I want to know what it's like to fly.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day.
I dream and fly away. Anyway, I'm here all week. Don't worry about it. Quick reminder, we have an Expedia affiliate link, expedia.com/affiliate/phenomena/season 4 to book your next trip into the dream world. Ooh, no, it can be anywhere. But if you have a really awesome time at a place and then you dream about it, or if you had a really awesome time booking a trip with Expedia and then you dream about it, then you get to relive it twice. So there you go. Little fun little life hack. Check out our affiliate link. Season 4 is only going to be good until we start season 5, and then it's going to be season 5 at the end of that. So get your season 4 trips booked ASAP before the link stops working. But it's okay, because then it'll be a new link, so it's fine. Pokepic for this week's episode. Ooh, the pokepic is Komala Harris? No, Komala, the drowsing Pokemon. Pokedex entry, Komala spends its entire life sleeping. It feeds on leaves that contain a potent poison only Komala can break down. That is literally what koalas do. They sleep all the time, and they eat eucalyptus leaves, which are basically poisonous. They provide them with almost like little to no nutritional value or energy for that matter, which is why they spend so much time sleeping. Koalas are very interesting. I actually really love that about koalas, is the fact that they just eat a bunch of grass or leaves of a plant that does not serve them nutritionally whatsoever. But they're like, time to sleep again. I love it. All its movements are apparently no more than the results of it tossing and turning in its dreams. Yeah, I feel like Komala is literally just has his eyes closed all the time. So he's perpetually asleep. I wonder if hypnosis works on Komala or not, if it's already sleeping, because how can you make a drowsy Pokemon even sleepier? I don't know. We should try that out in the new Pokemon game. Speaking of, we Twitch stream twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays on Twitch and on YouTube and on TikTok. So definitely check us out on those and follow along with our Twitch streaming series. We have an email, phenomena.cases@gmail.com. So you can feel free to email us your personal phenomena stories. At the end of every season, we go over a phenomena episode to go over any stories that you'd like to share. So I'm excited to share those at the end of season 4. We have a Patreon and a Discord that's pinned at the top of the Patreon. The Patreon has 3 tiers, a free tier, a $2 tier, and a $5 tier. The free tier gets all of the pokepic and my favorite GIF from each episode. And then the paid tiers just get an extra reel that I post on there, as well as the audio version of the episode. And then also like early looks at other stuff that we're doing, like the episode that John and I are going to make of us trying the Crippling hot sauce. That's going to be on Patreon first before it goes live on YouTube. And then all the Phenomena Seance episodes, of which there are 3 now. The 3rd one just went live on Patreon, and it's going to go live on YouTube this Friday, which is probably, once this comes out, it'll be last Friday. But yeah, First Friday of the month, it goes live on Patreon. The second Friday of the month, it goes public to all Patreon tiers as well as public on YouTube. So there's some perks to the paid Patreon. Definitely check it out if you're interested in supporting the podcast. Check out our Discord. It's pinned at the top and it's really cool. We talk about the different pokepic and the lore behind them. This is the season finale, as I mentioned. So next time on Phenomena, we will be sharing your stories as part of the Phenomena episode. Yay! And then we'll have a 1-week break for which I'll probably post the hot sauce video as like a little additional extra for you guys. And then we'll be back with season 5. Yay! This is so exciting. Thank you so much for everyone. Definitely like, subscribe, follow along for more episodes. And I'm so happy to be able to continue to do this with you guys. I appreciate you so much. We just hit 25K subs. Woohoo! So that's super fun. And yeah, I'm so excited to just continue on with season 5. High five. Season 5. Very exciting. Till then, let's explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down. I'll see you next week. Bye.